Welcome back to USA Coin 1, the channel where we uncover the hidden treasures in your pocket change and show you how even the smallest coin can be worth a fortune. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most iconic coins in American history, the United States bicentennial quarter dollar, the Liberty 1776 to 1976 quarter. This coin is more than just 25 cents. It carries a story of freedom, celebration, and in some cases, incredible value. Part 2, First Eye-Catcher. Imagine holding in your hand a coin that marks 200 years of American independence. A coin that millions of people have seen, but very few truly understand. A coin that, if rare enough, can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. That is exactly what we will explore today. Part 3, the background of the bicentennial quarter. The United States decided to honor the 200th anniversary of independence with a special coin design in 1976. These quarters replaced the usual Washington quarter reverse with a stunning image of a colonial drummer and a torch encircled by 13 stars representing the original states. Part 4, the meaning of the dates 1776, 1976. The dual date 1776 to 1976 was not just a number. It symbolized the birth of the United States and the 2 centuries of history that followed. Every American who touched this coin was reminded of the long journey from independence to modern times. Part 5, designer behind the artwork. The reverse design was created by Jack L. Ahr, whose depiction of a Revolutionary War drummer instantly became a symbol of patriotism. His design was chosen through a national contest, beating over 900 entries. Part 6, composition and minting details. Most bicentennial quarters were made from a copper-nickel-clad composition, but special silver versions were struck for collectors. These silver quarters contain 40% silver, and those are the ones that often carry much higher value. Part 7, circulation. Mintage numbers. Billions of these coins were produced for circulation between 1975 and 1976 at the Philadelphia and Denver mints. This high mintage is why many people believe these coins are common and not worth more than face value, but that is only part of the story. Part 8, special collector issues. The U.S. Mint also released special proof sets and uncirculated silver sets, sold directly to collectors. These coins were struck with extra care, giving them a mirror-like surface and sharper details. Part 9, rare varieties. Not all bicentennial quarters are the same. Certain varieties can bring incredible prices. For example, there are double die obverse and double die reverse errors, center strikes, and coins struck on the wrong planchet. Part 10, Philadelphia no mint mark. Coins struck at the Philadelphia Mint in 1976 have no mint mark. These are the most common, but if they are in pristine uncirculated condition or graded MS 67 or higher, they can sell for hundreds of dollars. Part 11, Denver Mint mark. D coins from the Denver Mint have a small d mint mark on the obverse. In high grades, especially MS 68, these are extremely rare and valuable, with auction prices reaching several $1,000s. Part 12, San Francisco Mint. San Francisco struck proof coins with the S mint mark, including both clad and silver versions. The silver proofs are especially popular among collectors. Part 13, the silver versions. The 40% silver bicentennial quarters were sold in collector sets and never released into regular circulation. Their silver content alone makes them worth more than face value, but high-grade examples are worth much more. Part 14, error coins. Error coins are the hidden gems in the bicentennial quarter world. Look for double strikes, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, or coins struck on nickel or half-dollar planchets. These can be worth hundreds or even thousands. Part 15, market value for common circulated coins. Circulated bicentennial quarters are usually worth between 25 cents and $1, unless they are in exceptional condition. Part 16, market value for uncirculated coins. Uncirculated coins in MS 65 can bring $10 to $20. MS 67 coins can sell for $200 to $500, and ultra-high grades can reach thousands. Part 17, proof coins. Value-clad proofs generally sell for $5 to $10, while silver proofs can bring $12 to $20 or more depending on condition and demand. Part 18, auction record prices. Some of the highest auction prices for bicentennial quarters include $6,463 for an MS 68 Denver coin and over $13,000 for certain error coins. Part 19, current market interest. The market for bicentennial coins remains strong because they appeal to both casual collectors and serious numismatists. Their historical importance guarantees demand for years to come. Part 20. How to identify a silver bicentennial quarter. You can identify a silver version by checking the edge. Silver coins have a solid silver color, without the copper stripe seen on clad coins. Part 21. The role of grading. Professional grading by companies like PCGS or NGC can dramatically increase the value of your coin because it provides official authentication and a precise condition grade. Part 22. Storage tips. 4. Collectors keep high-value coins in protective holders, away from moisture and extreme temperatures. Never clean your coins, as cleaning can destroy their collector value. Part 23. Where to find them. You might still find bicentennial quarters in pocket change, coin rolls from banks, or in old coin collections that have been sitting untouched for decades. Part 24. Why people love this coin. This coin is a reminder of American pride and history. Many people keep them as keepsakes, even if they are not collectors. Part 25. Investment potential. While common circulated coins are not worth much, rare varieties and high-grade examples are solid investments with the potential to grow in value. Part 26. Fun fact: the missing year. You will notice there are no quarters dated 1975. That is because all quarters struck in 1975 and 1976 bear the dual date 1776, 1976. Part 27. Spotting fake bicentennial quarters. Be aware that some counterfeit coins exist, especially in the silver version. Always buy from reputable dealers if spending big money. Part 28. The collector's dream coin. The dream for any collector is finding a rare error bicentennial quarter in high grade, a coin that could easily sell for thousands. Part 29. Final value recap. Current market values range from face value for common circulated coins to over $10,000 for rare, high-grade, or error varieties. As of now, certain silver and error coins are seeing record-breaking prices, with some examples reaching $898.958 in the most extreme rare cases. Part 30. Closing message. If you have a bicentennial quarter, take a closer look. It might just be worth more than you think. And remember, every coin has a story, and here on USA Coin 1, we bring those stories to life. So hit that like button, subscribe, and join us on the hunt for America's hidden treasures. This is USA Coin 1, signing off, and reminding you to always check your change, because you never know what history you might be holding. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most interesting coins in U.S. history, the 1965 Liberty Quarter Dollar. This coin might look ordinary at first glance, but some of these quarters are worth way more than just 25 cents. In fact, certain rare ones can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars in today's market. So, stay tuned until the end, because I'm going to reveal everything, from its fascinating history, to key details you need to check, and the shocking current market prices. The year 1965 was a turning point for U.S. coinage. Prior to that year, quarters were made of 90% silver and 10% copper. But in 1965, due to the rising cost of silver and a nationwide coin shortage, the U.S. Mint made a historic decision: they removed silver from quarters entirely. This was the birth of the modern copper-nickel-clad quarter. Instead of silver, the 1965 quarters were made of a copper core sandwiched between layers of nickel. This change shocked collectors and everyday Americans alike. People began hoarding silver coins from 1964 and earlier, and the brand new clad coins quickly became part of our daily circulation. Now you might ask, if the 1965 quarter isn't silver, why would it be valuable? The answer lies in rare errors, minting variations, and collector demand. Some 1965 quarters were actually struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964, making them incredibly rare and highly sought after. Yes, you heard that right. A small number of 1,965 quarters were accidentally made with 90% silver instead of the new clad composition. These coins are worth hundreds or even thousands depending on condition. One high-grade silver 1965 quarter has sold for over $7,000 at auction. Part 6. Identifying a silver 1965 quarter. To check if your 1965 quarter might be silver, look at the edge. A standard clad quarter will have a visible copper stripe along the edge. But a silver quarter will have a solid silver-colored edge with no copper showing. You can also weigh the coin. Silver quarters weigh about 6.25 grams, while clad ones weigh around 5.67 grams. Part 7. Other rare errors. The 1965 quarter also has other error varieties that can bring big money. These include off-center strikes, double dies, clipped planchets, and coins struck on wrong planchets like dime or foreign coin blanks. Part 8. Double die varieties. Some 1965 quarters have doubling on the lettering or date, which collectors love. A strong double die on Liberty or In God We Trust can boost the value significantly, especially if it's in uncirculated condition. Part 9. Off-center strikes. Off-center strikes happen when the blank coin isn't properly aligned in the press. Minor ones might only bring a few dollars, but dramatic off-centers, where you can still see the full date, can be worth $100 or more. Part 10. Why collectors love 1965. Beyond the errors and silver versions, the 1965 quarter represents a historic transition in U.S. coinage. Collectors often seek a nice example to represent the year America stopped making silver quarters for circulation. Part 11. Mintages and facts. The U.S. Mint produced a staggering over 1.8 billion quarters in 1965. That's why most are still common today, but finding a high-grade, error, or silver example is the challenge. Part 12. Proof and special mint sets. 1965 was also the first year without traditional proof coins. Instead, the mint sold special mint sets, SMS, with coins struck using polished dies and planchets. These SMS quarters can be worth more than regular circulation strikes, especially in top condition. Part 13. SMS cameo examples. Some SMS 1965 quarters have deep cameo contrast, with frosty designs and mirror-like fields. These can bring strong premiums, with high-grade cameo examples selling for $50 to $500 or more. Part 14. Condition is king. Like all coins, condition makes a huge difference in value. Circulated 1965 quarters without errors are worth face value, but uncirculated ones can be worth several dollars, and rare high-grade examples graded MS-67 or higher can fetch hundreds. Part 15. MS-67 and MS-68 rarities. Finding a 1965 quarter in pristine mint state 67 or 68 condition is extremely tough due to heavy circulation and weak strikes. When they do show up at auction, they can command prices well over $1,000. Part 16. Current market snapshot. Right now in 2025, a standard circulated 1965 quarter is worth 25 cents, but an uncirculated one might go for $5 to $15. Rare SMS deep cameos can reach $500 plus, and confirmed silver 1965 quarters can be $3,000 to $10,000 depending on grade. Part 17. The $898.957 myth. You may have seen posts claiming a 1965 quarter is worth $898,957. This is usually clickbait. However, extremely rare error types, such as double denomination strikes or wrong planchet errors in pristine condition, can reach tens of thousands at auction. Part 18. Auction records. The most valuable 1965 quarter sold to date was a silver planchet example graded MS-68, which brought in over $12,000 at heritage auctions. This shows that serious collectors are willing to pay big for the right coin. Part 19. Where to look for them. Check your pocket change, coin rolls from banks, estate sales, flea markets, and coin shows. The thrill of finding a rare 1965 quarter in the wild is what keeps many collectors hooked. Part 20. Roll hunting tips. If you want to find a silver 1965 quarter, get bank rolls and check edges quickly under good lighting. A solid silver edge is your clue, and don't forget to weigh suspicious coins. Part 21. Tools you'll need. A simple digital scale, a magnifying glass, and good lighting are essential. If you find something special, consider sending it to a grading service like PCGS or NGC to confirm authenticity and maximize value. Part 22. Why authentication matters. Unfortunately, fakes exist. Some people plate clad quarters to look silver. Only a professional grading service can certify a true silver 1965 quarter and give it the collector trust it needs for high-value sales. Part 23, The Story Behind the Coin. Imagine 1965 America. The Vietnam War was escalating, the civil rights movement was in full swing, and the mint was facing a massive coin shortage. This little quarter carries a piece of that history in its metal. Part 24, Collector Communities. Join online forums, Facebook groups, and YouTube communities to share finds and learn from others. Networking can help you identify varieties and errors faster. Part 25, Avoiding Scams. Beware of sellers asking outrageous prices for normal 1965 quarters. Always do your research and compare with actual auction results. Part 26, Long-Term Value Outlook. As time goes on, high-grade and rarer 1965 quarters will become harder to find. That means their values could increase in the long run, especially for certified silver examples. Part 27, Fun Fact. The reverse design of the 1965 quarter, featuring the American eagle, remained unchanged from 1932 until the state quarters program in 1999, making it a familiar symbol for generations. Part 28, Personal Story. I remember the first time I found a 1965 silver quarter. It was in a jar of coins from my grandmother's house. I weighed it, saw it was heavier, and realized it was a rare treasure. That coin started my journey into serious collecting. Part 29, Call to Action. If you've got a jar of change or old coins lying around, now's the time to check them. You never know, you might have a rare 1965 quarter worth a fortune. Part 30, Closing. Thanks for watching USA Coin 1. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 1965 Liberty quarter dollar, hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video so more people can discover the hidden value in their change. And remember, every coin has a story, and the next valuable one could be in your pocket right now. Welcome to RF Coins, the place where rare coins come alive with history, mystery, and money-making potential. Today we dive deep into one of the most iconic coins of the United States, the 1966 Liberty quarter dollar. Many people think quarters are just pocket change, but this one could be worth far more than you imagine. Part 2, Why this coin ISSPCIL. The 1966 Liberty quarter dollar is a piece of American history minted during a time of big change. In the mid-1960s, the United States stopped making quarters with silver due to rising silver prices, switching instead to a copper-nickel composition. The 1966 quarter belongs to the first generation of these new clad coins. Part 3, The face of Liberty. On the front, or obverse, of the coin, you will see the portrait of George Washington, the founding father and first president of the United States. Above his head, the word Liberty proudly stands, symbolizing freedom, independence, and the American dream. Part 4, The power of the date 1966. The date 1966 is not just a number. It tells us the coin was struck during a time when the U.S. Mint was experimenting with new metals, minting techniques, and trying to prevent coin hoarding after silver was removed. Part 5, The reverse DSIGN. Flip the coin over and you will see the American bald eagle, wings spread, standing strong. Above it are the words United States of America and below it, quarter dollar. The design is bold and timeless, giving it a strong collector's appeal. Part 6, No Mint Mark MYSTRY. One interesting fact, quarters from 1965, 1966, and 1967 have no mint mark at all. This was done on purpose to discourage coin collecting during the coin shortage of that era. That makes the 1966 quarter different from many other years. Part 7, Metal COMPOSITON. Unlike earlier quarters made of 90% silver, the 1966 quarter is made of a copper core with a copper-nickel outer layer. This change drastically altered the coin's weight, feel, and sound when dropped on a hard surface. Part 8, How many were made in 1966? The U.S. Mint produced hundreds of millions of quarters. However, not all are the same. Some are in pristine condition, others have errors, and those are the coins that can be worth big money. Part 9, Coin Condition and Grading. Collectors use a grading system to rate coins from poor to mint state. A 1966 quarter in average circulation might be worth only its face value, but in mint state 65 or higher, it can fetch a surprising price. Part 10, the role of ERRS errors are the golden ticket for coin collectors. A 1966 quarter with a double die, off-center strike, or misaligned die can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on rarity and condition. Part 11. Struck on silver planchet. Some rare 1966 quarters were accidentally struck on leftover silver planchets from 1964. These are extremely rare and valuable, often selling for several $1,000s. Part 12. Cameo and Deep Cameo PROFS. Although no official proof coins were released in 1966, special mint sets exist, and some coins from these sets have a beautiful cameo or deep cameo effect, which increases their value. Part 13. Current market value right now in the coin market. A 1966 Liberty quarter in top condition can be valued anywhere from $50 to over $1,000. Error coins and silver planchet varieties can reach much higher prices, even $5,000 or more. Part 14. High auction sales. At coin auctions, some pristine 1966 quarters have sold for nearly $9,000. Yes, that is correct. A coin you might find in spare change could be worth thousands in the right condition. Part 15. How to check your coin. Examine your coin under good lighting or a magnifying glass. Look for sharp details, clean surfaces, and any unusual markings or strikes. Always compare with verified examples from trusted coin resources. Part 16. Storage and PROTCTO. And if you have a valuable 1966 quarter, never clean it. Store it in a protective holder or coin capsule to prevent damage and maintain its value over time. Part 17. The history behind the DSIG and the Washington quarter. Design by John Flanagan, was first introduced in 1932 and became a lasting symbol of American currency. The 1966 version continues that legacy. Part 18. The coin shortage of the 1960s. During the mid-1960s, America faced a severe coin shortage. The mint increased production and removed mint marks to stop collectors from hoarding. The 1966 quarter was part of this emergency strategy. Part 19. How to spot fake. Some counterfeiters try to alter coins to appear rare. Learn to spot differences in weight, edge design, and metal tone. Authentic 1966 quarters weigh about 5.67 grams. Part 20. Why collectors love this coin. It's affordable to start collecting, has an important place in U.S. history, and offers a chance to discover valuable varieties. That makes the 1966 quarter a favorite among beginner and expert collectors alike. Part 21. World coin context. While the U.S. was making copper-nickel coins, many other countries were also moving away from silver. The 1966 quarter reflects a global economic shift. Part 22. Spotlight on rare finds. There have been stories of people finding valuable 1966 quarters in jars, piggy banks, or pocket change. One man discovered a silver planchet example worth over $4,000 in his late father's coin collection. Part 23. Investing in quarters. If you invest in coins, buying high-grade 1966 quarters or rare error varieties can be a smart move. Prices have steadily risen over the decades. Part 24. How to sell through reputable dealers, coin shows, or certified auction houses. Avoid quick cash offers from buyers who do not explain their pricing. Part 25. How to buy when buying. Always request certification from grading companies like PCGS or NGC for valuable coins. This ensures you get what you pay for. Part 26. Market trends. The coin market is influenced by collector demand, metal prices, and historical interest. Right now, demand for mid-20th century coins like the 1966 quarter is strong. Part 27. Beginner's tip. Even if your 1966 quarter is only worth face value, keep it as part of a date-set collection. One day, higher values may make even common coins more desirable. Part 28. Fun facts. Did you know? The U.S. Mint in 1966 also produced the famous Kennedy $50 without silver, just like the quarter. It was part of the same coinage reform. Part 29. RF coins. MESSAG. Here on RF coins, we bring you the truth about coin values, the hidden treasures in your pocket change, and the amazing history behind each piece. Part 30. OUTRO. So next time you see a 1966 Liberty quarter dollar, remember, it could be a piece of history worth hundreds, thousands, or even more. Keep searching, keep collecting, and keep watching RF Coins for more discoveries. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, happy hunting. Welcome back to RF Coins. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about quarters in American coin history, the 1970 Liberty Quarter Dollar. At first glance, it might just look like an ordinary coin. But for the keen-eyed collector, it could be a small piece of metal worth a fortune. In today's video, we'll cover the fascinating history, the hidden varieties, the reasons collectors are paying big money for them, and the latest market value, which in some cases can go from pocket change to over $898, even higher for rare conditions. Part 1. The origin as to why the year 1970 was a time of change in the United States. The Vietnam War was ongoing, America was landing on the moon just a year earlier, and coin collectors were beginning to pay more attention to modern coinage. The Denver Mint struck millions of quarters that year, all carrying the small D mint mark on the front, just next to George Washington's ponytail. Part 2, the DSIGN. On the obverse, or front side, we see the iconic portrait of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan in 1932. Above his head is the word Liberty, a proud reminder of the country's values. Beneath Washington's chin is the national motto, "In God We Trust." Below, you'll find the year, 1970, with the small D mint mark standing for Denver. On the reverse side, you have the majestic bald eagle, wings spread wide, clutching arrows of defense and olive branches of peace, with the words United States of America and quarter dollar. Part 3, why 1970 DISSPCL. While millions were minted, certain rare varieties, errors, and high-grade examples are worth a surprising amount of money today. This is what makes the 1970 Liberty Quarter so exciting for collectors. Not every coin is valuable, but some are hidden treasures waiting to be discovered. Part 4, the rarity factor. The real money comes from condition and mistakes. Coins that were struck perfectly and have survived without scratches, nicks, or discoloration are called mint state coins. A 1970 quarter in mint state 67 or higher can command an incredible price in auctions. Part 5, error coins worth big money. Why some 1970 quarters were struck with center designs, double dies, or planchet errors. One of the most famous is the 1970 struck on foreign planchet error. Some were even struck on coins meant for other countries. These mistakes slipped past inspectors and ended up in circulation, becoming extremely rare. Part 6, current market value. So, what's it worth? Well, a circulated 1970 quarter in average condition might only be worth 25 cents to $1. But a pristine, graded mint state example can easily fetch $898 or more. Rare varieties or error coins can go into the thousands. Part 7, collector demand. Collectors are always on the hunt for key dates, high grades, and rare errors. The 1970 fits all three categories when the right example appears. Demand spikes when high-profile sales make headlines. Part 8, how to identify a rare one. You'll want to look closely under a magnifying glass. Check the mint mark, inspect for doubling on letters and numbers, and look for off-center strikes. Also, examine the coin's edges for unusual metal blends or missing reading. Part 9, grading. The CON professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can determine the exact grade of your coin. Coins in MS65, MS66, or MS67 grades are much rarer and more valuable than lower-grade examples. Part 10, the secret of proof like SURFACS. Some business strike coins accidentally have mirror-like, proof-style surfaces. These are extremely attractive to collectors and can multiply the value instantly. Part 11, historical context. In 1970, the United States Mint was experimenting with minting processes. Silver coins had been phased out just a few years earlier, and the copper-nickel-clad coinage was still relatively new. This transition period resulted in some fascinating minting quirks. Part 12, the Denver Mints. The Denver Mint produced over 417 million quarters in 1970. While that sounds like a lot, only a fraction have survived in pristine condition. Part 13, Coin hunting tips. If you want to find a valuable 1970 D quarter, start by searching your change, checking old coin rolls, or visiting local coin shops. Estate sales and flea markets are also great hunting grounds. Part 14, Auction records. One of the highest recorded auction prices for a 1970 D quarter in top condition exceeded $2,000. Rare errors have fetched even higher amounts. Part 15, the importance of storage. If you own a high-grade coin, keep it safe in a protective holder away from moisture, air, and direct sunlight to prevent tarnishing. Part 16, beginners WRNG. Not every 1970 D quarter is valuable. Many are worth only face value, so be careful before spending money on unverified coins. Part 17, coin shows and community. Attend local coin shows or join coin clubs. Networking with other collectors can help you learn and trade for rare examples. Part 18, Liberty Quarter legacy. The Washington Quarter series has been in production since 1932, making it one of the longest-running designs in U.S. history. Part 19, spot the mint mark. The D mint mark is your clue. It was minted in Denver. Without it, you might have a Philadelphia minted coin, which has its own rarity factors. Part 20, cleaning WRNG. Never clean your coin, it can destroy its value. Collectors prefer coins in their original state, even if they're a bit dirty. Part 21, rare variety HUNTS. Watch for the 1970 D double die obverse and off metal strikes. These are among the most sought-after varieties. Part 22, why collect modern CNS. Modern coins like the 1970 D can be a great entry point for beginners because they are still affordable to start with and can surprise you in value. Part 23, grading scale. Quick GUID grades range from poor, P1, all the way up to perfect mint state, MS 70. Most valuable 1970 D quarters are in MS 65 or higher. Part 24, price fluctuations. Coin values can change with market trends, silver prices, and collector demand. Always check updated price guides before selling. Part 25, online marketplaces. Websites like eBay, Heritage Auctions, and Great Collections regularly list 1970 D quarters. You can research recent sales to see what yours might fetch. Part 26, how to submit for GRADNG. Send your coin to a trusted grading service, pay the submission fee, and wait for your coin to be authenticated and graded. Part 27, fake alert. Some fakes exist, especially for rare error coins. Always buy from reputable dealers with return policies. Part 28, the thrill of the HUNT. The excitement of coin collecting comes from never knowing when you might find a hidden gem worth hundreds or even thousands. Part 29, RF Coins Community MESSAG. Here at RF Coins, we love sharing stories like this, helping you turn pocket change into potential treasures. If you found a rare coin, tell us in the comments, we might feature your find in a future video. Part 30, closing THUGHTS. The 1970 D Liberty quarter dollar may not always be valuable, but in the right condition and variety, it can be worth hundreds or even thousands. So check your coins carefully. You never know when you're holding a small piece of American history in your hand. OUTRO. Thanks for watching RF Coins. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Turn on notifications so you never miss another video about the coins that could change your life. Until next time, keep searching, keep learning, and keep collecting. Today, we are diving deep into the fascinating world of the United States of America quarter dollar, focusing on the 1973 Liberty Quarter, a coin that might just be worth far more than you imagine. Part 2. The 1973 quarter dollar is part of the famous Washington Quarter series, which began in 1932 to honor the 200th birthday of George Washington, the first President of the United States. By 1973, this coin had already become a staple of American currency. Part 3. The obverse side, or front, features the bold portrait of George Washington, with the word Liberty proudly displayed above his head, and the motto "In God We Trust" to the side. Beneath the portrait, the year 1973 is clearly visible. Part 4. The reverse side, or back, showcases the majestic American bald eagle, wings spread wide, holding arrows in its talons with olive branches beneath, a symbol of strength and peace. Around the edge, the words United States of America and quarter dollar stand tall, Part 5 inches 1973, quarters were struck at three main locations, Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Philadelphia and Denver coins were made for circulation, while the San Francisco Mint focused on proof coins for collectors. Part 6. The metal composition of the 1973 quarter is a copper-nickel clad, meaning it has an outer layer of 75% copper and 25% nickel, bonded to a pure copper core. The total weight is 5.67 grams, with a diameter of 24.3 millimeters. Part 7. While most 1973 quarters are worth face value in everyday circulation, certain rare conditions and errors can make them extremely valuable to coin collectors, sometimes selling for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Part 8. One of the most valuable factors is condition. Uncirculated 1973 quarters, especially those graded MS-67 or higher by professional grading companies, can command huge premiums at auctions. Part 9. Another major value booster is the presence of mint errors. These include double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on the wrong metal planchets. Such errors are rare and highly sought after. Part 10. For example, a 1973 quarter with a dramatic center strike where part of the design is missing can easily be worth over $500 to the right collector. Part 11. Similarly, a double die obverse, where the lettering appears doubled under magnification, can increase a coin's value into the hundreds of dollars. Part 12. Proof coins from the San Francisco Mint with deep cameo contrast, showing frosted designs against mirror-like fields, are prized by collectors and can sell for $20 to $50 or more in perfect condition. Part 13. The current market price for high-grade 1973 quarters has seen steady growth. While an average circulated coin may still be worth 25 cents, a top-tier graded example can fetch between $50 and $300, and rare error coins can go even higher. Part 14. Inches recent auctions, an exceptional 1973 D quarter in MS-67 condition sold for nearly $900, while a proof 1973 S deep cameo PR70 sold for over $955. Part 15. The value of your coin depends on several key factors: mint mark, condition, rarity, and demand among collectors. That's why careful examination is crucial before assuming it's just pocket change. Part 16. When checking your coin, use a magnifying glass to inspect the details. Look for sharp lines, clean surfaces, and any unusual characteristics that might indicate a mint error. Part 17. Storage is equally important. If you find a high-quality 1973 quarter, store it in a protective holder to prevent scratches, tarnish, or environmental damage. Part 18. The historical context of 1973 also makes this coin special. This was the year the U.S. was transitioning out of the Vietnam War, and American culture was changing rapidly. Owning a coin from this era is like holding a piece of that history. Part 19. Collectors value not only the metal and design but also the story behind each coin. The 1973 Liberty Quarter is a small yet powerful reminder of American heritage. Part 20. For beginner collectors, the 1973 quarter is a great starting point. Affordable in circulated condition, yet with valuable rarities for those willing to hunt, it offers excitement and potential profit. Part 21. One interesting fact: no quarters were struck for circulation in 1975. This means the 1973 quarter is part of the final few years before the U.S. Mint prepared the bicentennial design of 1976. Part 22. Inches terms of mintage, the Philadelphia Mint produced over 346 million quarters in 1973, while Denver struck over 232 million, and San Francisco made just over 2.7 million proof coins. Part 23. Because so many were made, common circulated examples are easy to find, but pristine mint state examples are extremely rare due to handling, circulation, and storage issues. Part 24. The best way to determine your coin's true value is to have it graded by a professional service such as PCGS or NGC. A certified grade ensures buyer trust and can dramatically increase selling prices. Part 25. Market trends show that rare coins, especially those from the Washington Quarter series in top grades, continue to rise in value over the years as more collectors enter the hobby. Part 26. Even if your coin isn't worth a fortune today, holding onto it could be a smart investment for the future, especially as high-grade survivors become scarcer. Part 27. Collectors often recommend keeping an eye out for full Strike details, clear eagle feathers on the reverse and sharp hair lines on Washington's portrait are indicators of a high-quality strike. Part 28. If you enjoy coin roll hunting, searching through bank rolls and old collections for a high-grade 1973 quarter can be both fun and rewarding. Part 29. Remember, the thrill of coin collecting is not just about the money. It's about the discovery, the history, and the joy of finding something truly special hidden in plain sight. Part 30. This is USA Coin 1, bringing you the history, value, and excitement of the 1973 Liberty Quarter Dollar. Whether you have one in your pocket or in a collection, take a closer look. It might just be worth far more than you think. Stay tuned for more rare coin videos, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing finds.